Do you have a fear of abandonment or know somebody who does? Does this make relationships impossible when you or someone wall yourself up or become too clingy? Difficulty trusting in relationships or working too hard to please someone? There is a way to heal it, and we will go through all of it in today's shadow work. Namaste, Sacred Masters. I'm Dr. Aiwas Ukehi, Certified Shadow Work NLP Manifestation Coach. Today, we're going to talk about the fear of abandonment. The basic idea of it is that we experience an overwhelming worry that somebody close to us will leave. This can lead us into unhealthy patterns in our relationships that see us self-sabotaging things even when there's no reason to. Most of us develop this fear of abandonment as a result of old fears and learned concepts. The deeper the fear, the older in time this has developed, as early as 3 years old. Now, I want you to know that the fear of abandonment is highly personalized. Some of you might only have this in relationships. Others can span through friendship, work, and family. And this fear of abandonment is not something you may notice instantly. Usually, we don't get that sense of fear in the honeymoon phase of our relationships where everything is happy and perfect. It usually only happens once the real phase of the relationship and real love begins to develop past the attraction stage. This is how insidious our shadow side can be. Oftentimes, we don't even know that it's there, or we think that a new person would change all of this. But it turns out, your partner cannot do anything to appease you because your shadow child is not healed. But don't worry, we're going to talk about it and how to heal from it. The important thing is that we must sit with this fear for a bit to allow those buried thoughts to crack through the soil, so to speak. If you ignore your negative thoughts, they will always come back because they're still within you. So be prepared to let the cracks open so that you can bloom from it. And I'll give you a step-by-step on how to do it, and stay to the end where I will show you one powerful tool. But first, grab a pen and paper and let's do some shadow work. We'll begin by doing some shadow prompts. For those of you who don't know what shadow prompts are questions that prompts and nudges you to begin self-reflection and open your mind and spirit up to your shadow side. For an in-depth video of shadow prompts, I posted the link above, so click on it when you get a chance. Our shadow prompt for this issue is, when and whom did I have these same feelings with before that caused me pain, anger, and regret? I want you to take a look at your past and write down when you have the same feelings of this fear of abandonment. Now, this shadow prompt is not for you to start putting blame on someone, saying things like, oh yeah, I remember feeling this about this and that person, and guess what, I was right. Well, the problem is that you're projecting your feelings onto another person. And there's a high likelihood your actions were the ones that manifested what happened in your life. If someone cheated on you in a relationship, it could be that your actions of self-sabotaging the relationship pushed that person away. Now, I'm not victim blaming here, no one is to blame for this. If anything, it's the external factors like learned behaviors from society that have manipulated you into having this fear of abandonment. What I'm saying is that by not blaming the other person, you're giving yourself a chance to take self-responsibility, which is crucial in order for you to heal. So, think about when these feelings of having the fear of abandonment has come up for you and write it down. This is not a one-incident thing. So I want you to start by writing down the most recent example and start to work your way back. Some of you might be having a hard time with this. After all, shadow work is about mastering your dark side, and if this is uncomfortable, it is okay to take your time. What doesn't benefit you is you just winging it and just thinking about the most obvious examples. The deeper and further back you go, the more you heal, which I will show you how in a bit. I just want to make it clear first that it is okay to take a few days or even a week. If you feel the emotions are too intense, take a rest and come back to it later. We all need to be of psychological maturity to do shadow work. But the reward for such mastery is not only a real and authentic you that comes out of it, but knowing how hard it is also gives you self-confidence and courage that you never thought you had before. People see you differently because you're one of the rare few that is willing to go to the dark side and emerge not as a villain, but as a superhero. So know that you're not alone. For those of you who have done shadow work, comment below to tell those who are new here how hard shadow work is and how you have emerged different from it. Give them some encouragement. When you have your list, whether it's finished or not, begin to separate each event as a healing session. Feel free to add to this list as you discover more hidden, unhealed aspects of yourself that causes you to have this fear of abandonment. You'll find that as you heal, your subconscious also begins to open up more of your mind to your conscious mind because it knows that the ego is strong enough to handle it. You're beginning to work with more parts of your brain. You're no longer cuddled and treated like a baby by your subconscious, but rather become a master of it. So going back to your list, each event will be treated like a healing session, or as many till you feel healed. Know that this is a work in progress for you, but you're really making strong headway than 99% of people. To heal yourself in this event, there is no person better to understand the art of healing than yourself. No one person heals the same, but though I can give you some ideas, you have to decide which one can work for you. Of course, there are things that you must follow. 1 is to be gentle with yourself. 2, never judge yourself. Instead, praise yourself for even doing the work. 3, give yourself permission to forgive. 4, give up the victim role. It was never your fault. When you find the final stage of healing for your fear of abandonment, you're going to see that it has really been caused just by your observation of other people's behaviors. And you're going to learn that your fear is just another person having real estate within you because you never healed and shoved those emotions below. Now, first of all, here's what worked for me. 1 is I get angry. By being angry, I don't mean take it out on another person. Be angry within. Be thoroughly sick of the emotional pain, the discord in that past relationship. It's so easy to be angry about the situation, right? But do you realize that by being angry, you have already lifted your vibrations? You see, the vibration of anger is actually higher on a scale than fear. In fact, anger is 50 frequency points higher than fear. I have a whole video on vibrational frequencies too if you want to take an in-depth look at it. The link is up here. But let's talk about how to be angry. First, be angry about the situation and how it hurt you. And I want you to start taking that anger out on why it's taking up real estate in your life when these events aren't even about you. Be angry that you didn't learn from it. Keep being angry until you're just fed up and tired of being angry. As you calm down and you feel exhausted within, I just want you to smile at yourself and just pat yourself on the back. You must feel like the runner that just finished a marathon, where even your legs are hurting and throbbing. You get this sense of satisfaction. Now you can begin working on your shadow child. Now, what is the shadow child? Some people might think of it as the inner child or the divine child. It may or may not be a young kid, depending on how recent your memory is. But I want you to close your eyes and think of a young version of yourself. The young version of yourself that went through the abandonment at the time. I want you to feel it connecting with you as the older version that is you right now. Talk to it and forgive it. Keep forgiving and showing it love and compassion and telling your younger version it is all over now. Explain to your shadow child that you're going to be there for him or her now, and that they will never ever feel alone. Keep filling your inner world up with peace, love, and compassion. Do it for however long you need. The deeper the wound, the longer it would heal. If you want a full meditation course, you can check out this playlist on Shadow Work for Beginners. Again, this is completely free and not a gateway to any courses later. It's complete and will give you the tools you need to heal. But if you feel you can do this on your own, I want to show you something special, as I've promised. You should really check this video out, as you do want to have this tool for your self-work and healing. And don't forget that you have my sincere respects for doing shadow work. You are beyond brave compared to others. I wish you well. Namaste.